Good morning, everybody. This is Barbie with Bell's Palsy Talk. So excited today. We're going to be talking to Nicoya about her experience with Ramsay Hunt, vertigo, and a bunch of different issues that I know that you will enjoy hearing about. So I'm just going to invite her here to the live, and she's going to join about her story. I'm on the way to the gym after this, so just wearing my gym clothes here this morning. Hope everybody's enjoying their day. I'm in Vancouver, BC. And it's pretty nice here. We're having some weather issues out here in this way, so I hope everybody out here is staying safe. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, good afternoon. You are in the UK.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I am great. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I just have my gym face on because I'm heading to the gym at 7 a.m. for me. It's 3 p.m. for you, but that's what I love so much about the internet is that we can get to know each other from so far away.
Although, to be fair, I'm normally in my PJs, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's COVID for you as well, you know? The other day I put jeans on. It was a big day.
Yeah,
that's great. Well, welcome. I'm so happy to have you on here. So we have some viewers watching us, and if you have any questions, make sure that you type them in. Nicoya and I will be able to answer them. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know you're a new mom and you have Ramsay Hunt. So you just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Basically, I've got three children, but my youngest is only 16 months old, not sleeping.
Yeah, as they don't. Yeah,
all the fun. And yeah, October last year, I developed Ramsay Hunt syndrome. I had like pain in my neck for about 5 days. It was really, really severe, and I just thought I'd trapped a nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I wake up on the Saturday and like my smile wasn't quite right and my blinking was a bit behind, and they thought I'd had a stroke, so I got rushed into hospital and had loads of tests done. It wasn't a stroke. They said it was facial palsy, and by the next day I had full facial paralysis, grade 6, I think they said. So yeah, I literally couldn't move this half of my face at all. And it wasn't for a week until a week after that. I still had all this pain in my neck and then in my face and a really bad headache. But it wasn't until a week later then I just developed vertigo. My balance completely went. I had a rash on my neck.
Right,
well.
From Ramsay, that's the shingles, right?
Yeah, well, I know that now.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things we know now.
Well, it took a couple of weeks until I saw my ENT consultant for them to diagnose Ramsay Hunt syndrome. My GP didn't really know. They said that it was a facial palsy with possible chickenpox virus cause. They
don't know. GPs, deal with so many different types of things. Of course, they know most about the things that more people have, and Ramsay Hunt and Bell's palsy, of course, is not as common. So
so then all my balance went. I couldn't walk. I had to. I'm getting there slowly now, but I was getting vertigo on a daily basis. And
what's that? What were you getting on a daily basis? Vertigo,
right?
Yeah.
So
now, is that common in Ramsay Hunt?
Yeah, apparently so. That's one of the side effects of Ramsay Hunt syndrome. I think it like knocks out your inner ear or something. I don't know.
That makes sense, I guess, because something's happening on one side but not the other.
Yeah.
It would make
sense.
I
lost all my hearing in this ear. I had really bad tinnitus. So my hearing's come up. It's just more dull on this side now.
Okay, and is it expected to come back? I guess they don't know. They never can tell us anything.
It hasn't come back so far. It's been a year.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? I've forgotten what I was going to say.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
Vertigo.
Pain. Also, pain. The noise going into my ear was so painful. And because my hearing had gone, like all of the noises around me, I couldn't really differentiate between who was talking, who wasn't, and it's like a real sensory overload. So then my face kind of took a step to the side because they were focusing on that.
Yeah, which I can imagine isn't great when you have 3 kids.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah,
like all the
well,
time.
I know. I went from like working. I was a healthcare assistant, and I cared for the elderly. I was also a carer to my grandparents. So I went from being so busy to just stopping and not being able to do anything, and
very hard.
being really poorly. The vertigo would make me really ill. Like I'd feel really nauseous. Couldn't really. Well, I still get vertigo, but it's not. It's like on a weekly basis now rather than a daily basis. So I've got that time in between to like have a break.
Yeah, but do you feel it coming on? Like, is that almost worse because you don't know when it's going to come?
Not really, because I'm dizzy quite a lot. So and then it just picks up. I get tinnitus, like my tinnitus picks up as well. So I don't know if it's like sort of that happens because it's a sensory type thing.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder what brings it on now. I'm interested in your perspective on something. So when I've been talking to people in these lives, I feel like people who have had Bell's palsy or facial paralysis, so like yourself, tend to be people who take care of others and put themselves second. Now, as mothers, of course, that's natural because we're mothers. But you know, you're saying that you're taking care of your parents, and you're in an industry, you were in a job where you were taking care of others first. And do you feel that resonates with you, that you're a people pleaser, and the world was just like, hey, slow down, maybe take care of yourself for once?
Yeah, I know that stress was a huge factor. At the time, Henry was only 11 weeks old. So, and just before that, he was in hospital with a really bad infection. He had lost so much weight, and he like dropped off the charts and was really poorly. And then after that, I went back to looking after my grandfather again, and he was really poorly. So that was really stressful. So I think there was a lot going on. A lot went on last year. Everything was a bit up in the air anyway, with COVID and everything like that.
Well,
so, it was one thing after another. So I was constantly up here, and I didn't have time to come back down. So I think stress really, and they say stress really runs you down, so you're more likely to get infections and stuff like that when you are stressed. So I definitely think that it was just like
too much.
But they say that like shingles obviously lays dormant after you've had chickenpox. The virus can lay dormant. So I think being stressed really
brings it to the forefront for sure. I think that some people, I mean, the majority of us have, you know, the shingles or herpes virus, cold sores. I mean, everybody gets cold sores. So to me, it's just very fascinating that the virus is dormant in the majority of the population, but some of us get the facial paralysis and some of us don't. And that's, you know, what I, you know, and am very interested in, and I chat with people about, is because I think that that's the universe teaching us a lesson, like, hey, you know what? Because literally for like yourself, you know, I was the same, like busy, go, household, you know, perfect parties, perfect this, being the hostess. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, time to literally be flat on your back and reflect and think about the things that you. So that's what I was. Oh yeah, I think I paused out there for a second. So that's where, when I was, you know, most of us, you know, the first couple of weeks when you're just literally in bed being like, what is happening to me? What am I doing? And what am I going to do now moving forward? You know, how am I going to make things, the important things more important, or things like that.
Absolutely. Well,
now I saw, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say, it's a whole new perspective, isn't it? You don't realize how much something can take, like knock you back.
Especially when it's your face. I mean, And
Mm-hmm.
I know you're the same as me. I mean, we're proud people, and it's not like, it's not, you know, when people think of it, I think they think it's like a thing like being vain or whatever, but this is what you present to the world. So it's very, very hard. And I like to talk a lot about it. And I know you do. It's brave that you're posting photos on Instagram. We just put ourselves out there because it took me a really long time. It's been 6 years for me. And, you know, for me, that's why I like, this is my passion project to have, you know, this feed, because what's the point of hiding? And, you know, it's just, this is what we got. These are the cards we got dealt, and hopefully it goes away, and it may not. And we just, you know, just keep on going. That's really the answer. You know, a lot of people ask me, and I'm sure they do with you, like, well, how do you do it? Well, how do I not? Like, especially as a mom. And I do feel like because my kids were quite young too when I got Bell's palsy at first, or they were 8 and 6. And how do you not? If you don't have, you even if you wanted to stay in bed for 3 weeks straight, you're like, good luck. So kids, you know, kids really, you know, in that way are a gift. Now, I saw on one of your posts that you got into a clinic. Now, tell us about that. Now, which clinic are you at, and how's that going?
So I'm at a specialist facial palsy clinic in Oxford. I went to see them in July time, I think, around that time. And I'm going to be staying with them. I've been referred to a speech and language therapist. Who's given me facial exercises that I've got to do every day. It's basically like massaging my face. I was also giving a small bit of Botox because I've got lovely synkinesis, which is just so fun.
Yeah, well, that was my next question. I have synkinesis too. I'm actually going in to get more Botox next week. Because I got in to see Jody from the facial clinic that we had on Center for Facial Paralysis and recovery. And so I'm really excited about that as well. Because she said with synkinesis, it seems like we're going to be doing those exercises every day, basically for the rest of our life. And so that's what she said, you know, and she's amazing. She's like, a big thing too for people watching is you can't expect a magic pill. So someone just previously, I can't remember which follower it was, asked about medication for synkinesis. Well, synkinesis is the nerves growing back incorrectly. So I'm not a doctor, Nicoya's not a doctor, we don't know, please do your own research, but from what I understand from the specialists that I've seen, and correct me if you have different information, is the nerves have grown back in a different way. So what you can do is work on the stronger nerves to make those nerves not fire as strong, but the synkinesis doesn't actually go away ever, and there's no medication for that, unfortunately. So for me personally, I do know that I do feel like I did a lot of exercises too hard, too fast at the beginning, that may have caused my synkinesis. Again, we don't know. Nobody knows, because I can't go back and be like, oh, okay, well, let's try it a different way. Like, you can't do that, right? Yeah. And, you know, people always ask me, oh, acupuncture, did it help? Well, I don't know, because I tried all the things, you know, it's my face. Like, oh, did you want to try this? Yep. Do you want to try this? Yep. Like, sign me up, right? And so anyway, so synkinesis is a tricky thing, and you're seeing someone at your clinic. It's fantastic. You guys in the UK, though, have, I think, a lot more information than us. I'm in Canada, in the States. Your guys' healthcare is more vast. I feel like people have more natural solutions and things like that too, which is great. So that's great. Yeah, so I got a bunch of exercises. I'm getting Botox actually in my fashion here too. So
oh really?
Yeah, because
I get so tight in my
yeah
head.
So did he give you exercises for that?
Yeah, so basically
to stretch here,
basically massaging and
the first time I did it, I was like, oh my god, I'm so tight on that side. Hey,
well, they said like, put your neck down, open your mouth, head up, then close your mouth, and that just helps to stretch that
and
area.
I'm like, oh my god,
and I didn't realize how tight it was until I'd done that.
Fascinating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paula, have a wonderful morning. Oh, pick up your daughter, maybe at school. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I couldn't really believe how tight it was, and she talked quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, and obviously it makes sense that now all these muscles are accommodating on this whole side of your body, because your whole face is like mine when I wake up, right? It's like this, and you're like, well, yeah, you gotta get that like calmed down, like all these things that we learn later, right? Where you're like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense, you know? So that's great. I'm so glad that you're getting the care that you need and deserve. For me, it's been about 6 years, like I said, and I'm not giving up. I mean, I work with it. You know, I just met a new friend on the weekend, and she was like, yeah, I kind of noticed that your face, you know, and, you know, people always say, oh, I don't notice. But I do appreciate people that are like, oh, yeah, I kind of noticed, because you're like, obviously you notice, right? Especially if you're drinking wine. If I'm drinking wine, you can tell. All right. But I'm so glad that you're getting the care that you want and you deserve and need, and making it through, especially being a mom of 3. Make sure you try to get to sleep. The sleep, number 1, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It is. We never get enough. We never get enough. So thank you so much for joining us. I'd love to talk to you more at any time. Absolutely. And for those of you joining us, have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions for Nicoya or myself, make sure you post them in the comments and we can answer them the best that we can. Like we said, we're not doctors. Please do your own research, but we just do like to talk about our experience and share so that everybody knows that you're not alone, because we're all in this together. So you have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.